Is inside the 30.
Of the few passes, and then they run the big guy.
That's the game of 24. Here's the sprint out to the right side. Is it caught? I believe it is. Lead the country in scoring defense, 9 points per game. Underneath, Lattimore, touchdown, South Carolina. 7, first down, I formation here. Play fake, Garcia back, steps up, goes deep right side. Alshon Jeffrey, touchdown, South Carolina. Here's McElroy. Man is open at the 30, that's Julio Jones. Julio Jones and the subsequent penalty. Play fake, McElroy back. He's hit. That's a fumble. Ball is out. Who got it? South Carolina got it. Quick setup. Down the right side. Caught. Jeffrey. Foot race. Out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Play clock at 3. Lattimore. Touchdown, South Carolina. Carolina rushes 4. McElroy nailed.
Not now.
Back home against Ole Miss next week in Tuscaloosa. South Carolina goes to Lexington against Kentucky. This one caught by Julio Jones. And that's it. Gamecocks win. Garcia with a brilliant game.
Barnett fakes the handoff, throws left, caught by Lenz, got a block, 25, 30, and out of bounds, first down Iowa State. Jared Barnett, the redshirt freshman, takes the snap. Zone read fakes the handoff, now wants to throw it, under some duress, rolling to his left, he'll run with it, 30, 35, 40, brought down to the 40-yard line. He picked up 9 yards. Jared Barnett on fake handoff, quick throw, Barnett, caught by Horn, got a great block, and he has the first down more down the sideline, 50, 40, and run out of bounds. Aaron Horn to the 40-yard line of Oklahoma State. It's a gain of 30. Barnett takes the snap and drops. Throws it deep down the left side for Reynolds. Caught! Touchdown, Darius Reynolds! 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And he hands it off to White on the zone read. 30, 25, White to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! James White, a 32-yard touchdown run on a 2nd and 15 play. Brad Mahoney approaches. And it's an onside kick. And it's Jeremy Reeves recovering for Iowa State at the 42-yard line. He did it again. First and goal from the 4-yard line in the second overtime. Barnett hands to Woody. Up the middle. Touchdown! And Iowa State is one of those. And upset the nation's second-ranked team. They did it. Unbelievable.
Here's Browning out of the gun. He's going to run it himself. Cuts the corner. Inside the 20. First down. And inside the 10. Browning. Pressure. Dumps it off to Centarius Donald to the end zone. Touchdown. Centarius Donald.
Came down with impunity last year.
9th play of the drive, 2nd down and 9. Again, pressure. Wilson gets rid of it to the end zone. Has a man. Julian Horton, did he stay in? You bet. Touchdown, Arkansas. That's been a tough week for the Pac-12. Touchdown, Arkansas. Kobe Hamilton. A 39-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Wilson.
To throw downfield outside every play.
All right, Allison, 2nd and 6. Time to throw. Wilson deep downfield. Man wide open. Caught by Mikhail McKay. The freshman takes it down to the 22-yard line. First and goal from the 3. Here's 9. Touchdown, Arkansas. 4th down and goal from the 2. Crowd getting behind this defense. 3rd down and 10. Browning intercepted by Rasner. Huge interception for Rasner. Allen away from center. Play fake. Has time. Now the pocket collapses. Steps up. Lobs it downfield. It's complete to Grant. First down and more. Out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
Things that they want to do with a number of different personnel groupings. Chris Gragg allows them to do that.
Allen to the end zone. Caught in the corner. Mikael McKay right on cue. Times trouble getting off the field on third downs last week. And they won't get off here. First down to Tavares May.
Who we heard about.
Here's Jairus Edwards. Touchdown ULM. Going for it on fourth down. Pays off for Todd Berry.
And the plays are unfolding the way they're designed. He's had to keep a lot alive.
Fourth down. Browning throws. Caught. Kevin Steed. Touchdown. Louisiana Monroe.
Defense Warhawks to stress the secondary.
Bobbles the snap, comes up throwing, complete at the 31. Brent Leonard still on his feet, hurdles a man. 89 yards receiving for Leonard tonight. First and 10 from the 47, another completion again. Harper gets loose to the 35-yard line. Second and 10. Browning has time, rifles it downfield. Harper the catch.
Watch Browning if things break down, trying to scramble.
Browning steps up. Caught! Touchdown! Brent Leonard! With 47 seconds to go, the Warhawks out of the hold of Brian Beener. Kick is up. And it is good. Arkansas.
The fact that you can get a victory is all the more huge for a program like Louisiana Monroe.
Here's the ball game. Browning being chased, finds a lane. He's got the first down, making his way to the end zone. Touchdown! Louisiana Monroe has pulled off the upset.
Velez will get the chance. This has been a trouble spot for the Gators this year. Velez, however, has no trouble whatsoever from 27 yards out. A long drive for the Gators, but they have to settle for 3. Same school that produced Florida's Patrick Young in basketball. Fumbles the snap. It's a loose ball. It'll be picked up, and there's the tackle right there at the 34-yard line. The Gators get a big play on special teams on the drop snap. 4 or 5 for 6 on the year. He'll try another one. And it's blocked. Georgia Southern picks it up and will run with it. He's got the keeper. All kinds of running room. My goodness. Ellison will go all the way for the touchdown. Nobody got close to the little counter pitch. There's running room. And off to the races. McKinnon will be caught and knocked to the ground at the 9-yard line. 4th and goal. Sneaks it. Touchdown. Touchdown. Short kick. Patton got a seam. Stays in bounds. 1 man to beat, and he's run out of bounds. The 27 passing yards in this game. We'll look for more. Morningweg drilled as he throws it deep. He's got a man. Touchdown, Solomon Patton. End zone caught. No, it got away. It got away. Patton got a hand on it. The clock shows no time left. So it wouldn't matter if he'd have held on anyway. Georgia Southern has beaten the Gators.
Here's the running back. Play action. Allen goes deep. Got a man. Caught. Keon Hatcher. Touchdown. Arkansas.
What did they want to go fast? Very interesting.
There's Wallace.
That ball's on the floor. That's on the floor.
Who got it? Arkansas got it.
I don't know. touchdown.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did.
I know records are said to be made to be broken, but that's insane. There's Wallace going down. Ball's out. Ball is out.
Holy cow.
And Wallace wonders how mobile he can be. Ankle injury. They hand it off on first down and gain nothing. Some 10, 11 years ago. Here's Wallace. Now he's got a man wide open. And it's intercepted. Tevin Mitchell. Austin Allen. Hatcher. Oh, they got him open and it's intercepted again. Picked off by Rohan Gaines. He's got a convoy. He's got a chance. Rohan Gaines, touchdown, Arkansas. Whoa, it slipped out of his hand. It is picked off. Phylon, did he get in? No,
They're going to call him down
at the one.
Yes.
Touchdown catch.
You know, I like the offensive lineman turn around and wanted to go for it. Because I gave you 3. I'm not going to give you 4.
Of ACC Sportsmanship Week, mid-first quarter, no score. Look at the defensive play by Josh Sweat, tipping the Justin Thomas pass, coming down with it as well. That sets up a Roberto Aguayo field goal, 3-0 Knowles. Now tied at 3. Justin Thomas throws into coverage. Picked off by LaMarcus Brutus. And to Brute down the sideline. 58 yards. Is he in? He dives into the end zone, but Brutus would step out of bounds at the 2. First down, Knowles. Who do you hand the ball to? Dalvin Cook. He's in. He would go over 1,000 yards for the season in the first half. Also over 2,000 career yards. 10-3 Florida State. Now 13-3. Justin Thomas has an answer. Breaks the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Takes off. 60 yards. Touchdown Yellow Jackets. That makes it 13-10. It would be 16-10 Florida State at the half. Now 16-13 in the fourth quarter. Florida State looking to close it out. The knockout punch. Everett Golson into the end zone. The ball ricochets to Jamal Golden. Golson's first interception of the season. Not even really his fault, but Georgia Tech stays alive. But Georgia Tech running out of opportunities. Now 4th and 5 for Justin Thomas. 3 minutes to go. Need a first down. Coach Paul Johnson goes big. Going deep to Brad Stewart. 36-yard pickup to keep the drive alive. That sets up a field goal. We're tied at 16. Florida State has a chance. 6 seconds left. Turning to the best kicker perhaps in the history of college football, Roberto Aguayo. It's blocked. So are we headed to overtime? Lance Austin picks it up. But we're headed to overtime, right? Lance Austin isn't done running. Inside the 20, he cuts. And into the end zone with no time left. One of the great endings you will ever see. Georgia Tech pulls it out.
Good pass rush.
First down, Mizell lines up wide left. Bankert rolls to his right, throws on the run. Touchdown, Dowling. 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Valletta, quick drop, throws across the middle for the touchdown.
The bottom of Florida State, Ole Miss, and Auburn, Clemson.
On the handoff, the ball is loose, and is this going to be turnover number 4? It is.
Yes, it is.
Wow. 4th turnover of the game for Virginia. Valletta, good protection across the middle for another touchdown. This one to Brian Brown. 3rd touchdown pass of the day. Zell lines up wide to the top of the screen. Bankert looking for it all in the end zone. Touchdown to Keon Johnson. 3rd touchdown pass of the day for Bankert. So our final score is Richmond 37 and Virginia 20.
A wipeout tonight, and the critics are going to have a field day. Darrell Williams lost the football. Ball comes out. That was Nick Brissett, actually. And a turnover right away. High snap. The feed to Chun. No, Silvers keeps. Touchdown, Trojans. Evan Lagasse is set up as the teams were already in the locker room for halftime. Lagasse has missed already tonight. Did he get it? It got in! Wow. Wow. It got off the crossbar and through for the true freshman.
We're a couple scores away from being right back in this game. That's what you're preaching to your team.
Chun on the draw. Big run for a first down, and he breaks loose. Down to the 1. High snap. Chun. Touchdown, Troy. Brennan. Man open. Touchdown. Foster Morrow. Troy rushes 4. Picked up. Brennan has time. Throws. Intercepted at the 25. Anderson picking his way. Reaches out. Did he get in? Yes. Touchdown, Josh Anderson.
Keeping his offense alive.
Etling finds Morrow. Ball comes out, but he got in. Touchdown, LSU. The biggest win in Troy football history.
Peoples just running through the arm blocks.
Touchdown! Peoples right through those blocks again, and it's a touchdown for the Hokies. Virginia Tech back on top. High snap. Walking into the end zone, Blake LaRosa. Touchdown! Jackson zips it wide open on a total bust. Hazelton is going to take it all the way. And in one play, touchdown, Hokies. Virginia Tech back on top. Fake it, LaRussa. What's the end zone? Fulgham, touchdown! Old Dominion. Fulgham holds it in. And the Monarchs are a PAT away from tying it again in the 4th. A 25-yard touchdown, LaRussa to Fulgham. LaRussa hands off, Jeremy Cox, big hole up the middle. Cox goes barreling into the end zone, and with less than 10 minutes to go in Norfolk, Virginia, winless Old Dominion has the lead on 13th ranked Virginia Tech. 7:23 left in the 4th quarter. Willis on 4th and 3. He's going to pull it, throw it, end zone! Touchdown, Virginia Tech on 4th down in the red zone. Chris Cunningham holds it in. LaRussa to the goal line. LaRussa is caught! Touchdown! Duhart, remarkable grab with a Hokie draped all over him. Duhart hauls it in. Willis, pressure, zips, and complete over the middle. Hazelton couldn't hang on.
That was a very calculated decision. It was a good one. It just wasn't successful.
Hand off, but you just have to take a knee here. Cox goes rolling. He wants the end zone. Cox inside the 10. He stretches, and he is in. An exclamation point for Old Dominion. Old Dominion stuns 13th ranked Virginia Tech. Winless in 2018, no more. The biggest win in Old Dominion Monarch football history.
Tosses it out to the end zone, and a touchdown. Jordan Mason took the flip from Oliver and into the end zone.
To do more of the same here. Nice field position to start, that's for sure.
Lucas Johnson
Going deep towards the end zone, adjusting to the football and making the catch for a touchdown. It's Jalen Camp, 33 yards on the play.
Lucas Johnson.
This game, they start the second half, and it's one shot, and it's exactly what you needed. Bodkin was in great position. Around and see what kind of leader he is off of the field. You hear all the stories, but you certainly see it in action here today on the field as a player.
Rainey, some space to the goal line, and a touchdown on the ground from Brandon Rainey. 22 yards and a Citadel TD.
Tobias Oliver has very good vision of what's going on in front of him, too.
To the right side, Mason to the goal line, diving in, and a touchdown. Jordan Mason on the run.
The Citadel's going to have to find a way to stiffen.
Oliver and Cottrell with Eatman. Oliver a step deep, and here he comes. Oliver, 30-yard line. Oliver cut it to 40. And up near midfield, Tobias Oliver. On 1st and 15. Oliver running to the goal line and in. There was a timeout called before the snap. Wow. 34 yards away for Brenton King to tie this game. It is good. Not by much, but good. Brenton King made it from 34 yards as time expired. That is no good. Outside the right pipe from King. 37 yards away. Jacob Godek to win it for the Bulldogs.
You got it.
The Citadel has defeated Georgia Tech. 27-24 in their first ever win against an ACC opponent.
Now, a couple of tight ends in front of him. And he follows Allen into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State. To kick it off for Iowa State, Chris Smith, Eli Mitchell back. Smith, world-class speed, and he finds a seam and a stiff arm. He's got the 50-yard line in a foot race. He is gone. 95-yard touchdown return for Chris Smith.
Defense turns and stops and waits for the throw. Oh, it's a touchdown.
And now Hall bounces to the outside. Touchdown, Iowa State from 11 yards out. Pressure coming up the middle. Purdy juggling, incomplete, and taken away.
Oh, absolutely taken away.
Cajuns, Ashland Washington just stole it from Xavier Hutchinson. A team that was 6th in the country in rushing last year. Deep ball coming from Lewis behind coverage. Caught. First down and more. Cajuns. Peter LeBlanc takes it all the way for a 78-yard score. Eric Guerrero. Oh, boy. To the 30. To the 40. He's to midfield and in a sprint. And he takes it inside the 30. It's a second kick return for a score for the Raging Cajuns today. They're going to keep the offense on the field on 4th down. And they will punch it in. Regis with the touchdown.
I'll employ a tight end to the left. Snap to Cooper. Give is Samuel. He'll break to the left and score. Josh Samuel into the end zone.
Move to make the play.
Now they come back to this near side and going to pick up the first down. 2nd and 10. Handoff near side. Ball out. Recovered and picked up by Florida State. Sidney Williams tripped up before he got to midfield. Just ahead of 5 to play in the first half. Noles trailing a touchdown. This is Corbin. Left side. Touchdown. Milton from under center. Play fake. Milton to his right. Marker down. McKenzie throws. Caught. Touchdown. Florida State.
And the rest of this crew.
McKenzie Milton. Play fake to Corbin. Quick throw. Intercepted. Coming back down the sideline is Jamari Jemison. And is knocked out of bounds. Just want to know where we are on the measures.
Yeah, pretty.
Okay.
I don't know if it's,
Here's Cooper launching wide open touchdown. Ahmad Edwards. Here's Cooper, 4-man rush for Florida State, going to cut it loose. Phil Johnson caught it inside the 10. Phil Johnson on his feet, he'll cut back, and Jacksonville State has won at the Horn. On the final play of the game, Zarek Cooper throws to Damon Phil Johnson, and the Gamecocks have upset the Seminoles.
Laburn remains the tailback and moves to the left. Give goes to Laburn right up the middle. Touchdown, Marshall. Tyree, the tailback. Buckner looks to the right towards those traps, and that pass is intercepted. Micah Abraham had a pick a week ago, and Abraham in the first half, another interception. Told you about those NFL bloodlines. His skill set is unique, and he stole it away. Back up on the football. Keep it with Buckner. Penalty marker flies as Buckner goes into the end zone. You see the ref taking extra point. It's why it's 9-7. He got back on track with a field goal in the first half late. Hits another here. 12-7. Marshall bring in Sherwood, his fullback position. And they'll go quarterback sneak right across the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Shotgun look. Buckner rolls to his right. Buckner has room out in front. And Buckner in for the 2. Colombi drops. He's protected well. Plenty of time. All kinds of time. Colombi taking his time. Fires to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Devin Miller. Here's Buckner. Pressure coming. Buckner stands in and fires his post. Intercepted. Gilmore down the sideline. Pick 6. Gilmore. Now Pine just looking for a last-second effort here. Hits Mayer. Has the touchdown. So lead. Go back. Here's Pine. He's going to try to scramble and just brought down hard. This Marshall defense, they have risen to the occasion. Sanders operating out of the gun. Sanders looking wide open. Touchdown. Dylan Edwards. 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Morris over the middle and intercepted in the end zone. Trevor Woods. 3rd down and 3 yards to go from the 43. Sanders over the middle. 1st down, Colorado. 2nd down and 8 at the 45. Sanders all day to throw the football. Guns it underneath. Caught. Well done as Xavier Weaver breaks it back and gets inside. Savion Wilkerson, the deep man. Sanders gives it to him. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Wow. How simple can it get? From the 37, Shedeur Sanders hit as he throws. There's a chunk yards you were talking about. Jimmy Horn back-to-back catches. Clean snap, good hole, gets it away. And good. 2nd down and 10. Sanders, here's a little screen. And they find Edwards. He breaks it back with running room on the move. Edwards down the sideline. Dylan Edwards. Touchdown. Third down. Morris. Intercepted. Wow. Travis Hunter. Unbelievable.
And Sanders finds the completion behind him.
Horn, 8 catches, 76 yards. Sanders goes deep once again. This time it's caught. Xavier Weaver.
And put the ball into the vacancy.
2nd and 2 at the 7. They pitch it out wide. Touchdown, Dylan Edwards. And just like that, Colorado responds. Shedeur Sanders looking. Throwing it deep. Sanders! And it's caught at the 40. Guess who? Travis Hunter. 1st and 10 of the 26. Sanders. Sprinting. Sets. Delivers. Touchdown, Colorado. Jimmy Hart. Sanders. Off his back foot, caught, 1st down, and more down the sideline. Stop and start, Edwards. Touchdown, Colorado. Whoa. 45-42, Shedeur Sanders takes a knee, and how about this?
Alexander got a blocker in front of him off the left side, lowers his shoulder and powers to the goal line. He's in, and Vandy draws first blood on a 7-yard Cedric Alexander score. Some mustard on that snap. Milroe near side, batted up, and it is intercepted. Fontenette to the corner. He's in, and Vandy's got a 2-score lead on a 28-yard interception return by Randon Fontenette. 2nd and goal. A hole on the left side, and it's stepped through for Jan Miller, and Alabama's on the board on an 8-yard touchdown. Missouri 2 weeks ago. They'll run it, and another stretch, and this one's good enough. Cedric Alexander with the touchdown plunge from a yard out. And Miller's got plenty of space, and he's got a touchdown run. Are you paying advertising rates today? Here's Milroe. Perfect through the air on this drive, and now on the ground, he's in. Touchdown, Jalen Milroe. They're 2 of 3 on 4th down this year. Pavia wants to throw. He goes down the middle. It is caught. Touchdown, Vanderbilt and Junior Sherrill. That might be the most Diego Pavia play ever. Haynes is the running back on this one. Milroe looking deep. Down the sideline. It is caught by Williams. He springs free. And he is in for an Alabama touchdown. Got Alexander next to him. Little replay. Pavia throws. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Game on the line for Alabama late. They reverse it out of there looking for the corner, and it is Brian Williams into the end zone. Pavia keeps it. Pavia picks up the 1st down, and the unlikeliest of heroes has guided Vanderbilt to what will be its first ever win against number 1. This program and the biggest win on the West End. Vanderbilt takes down number 1 Alabama. Diego Pavia very nearly went into the stands to celebrate with his brothers, but instead they've come onto the field with him. And the rest of the students will do the same.